Hello and welcome to my awesome health journey. I am Brett Dupree, who's talking about his health journey. Today, I kind of want to talk about triggers, and that I used to have this belief in life that honestly, that I want to get rid of triggers. Trigger is basically just something that causes you to go into a fight or flight type situation. And a lot of times it happens based on traumatic events from childhood, something along the line. For instance, I felt abandoned by my mom as a child. And so I have a lot of triggers about abandonment and fear of rejection that just happens. And when I first got into personal growth and personal development when I was 26, my entire life was like there was this idea that I wanted to never get triggered again. There's this thing where like I would live in this world where I even took on the mantra from Les Brown. It's like old African proverb of there's no enemy within, no enemy without can do no harm. Like this idea that like I can get to the point of inner peace and enlightenment to the point where like I won't feel rejected if somebody I'm into or interested in doesn't want to hang out with me, or I don't go into a mind virus of recamping the entire interaction to see if the person was upset with me. And yeah, and thinking to myself that I was going to get rid of that, thinking to myself that it was going to be gone if I just did enough work, if I just read enough books, if I just went to enough workshops, that if I did enough tapping, that if I did enough meditation, that if I did enough, I don't know, whatever process, the work, no matter what it is, mushrooms or whatever, did enough microdosing or enough chocolate, doesn't matter. Enough of something that I magically just take away all my triggers, and then I can live in a triggerless state that I will never worry about being rejected again. I'll never worry about any of my life triggers. And the thing I've realized as older and older I get, and now that I'm 44, is that's just kind of like a childish dream of like living a life where nothing bothers me and I won't get triggered by traumatic events that happened in my past. And that personal growth doesn't remove triggers, and then becoming self-aware doesn't get rid of it doesn't even get rid of all the childhood trauma. That's a lot of that's just baked in there to protect yourself. And realizing that like I'm always going to get triggered. That's always going to happen. Every once in a while I'll have an interaction, the person will say something that I don't understand, and then I'll spend like all day trying to figure out if I upset the person and how I upset the person. And what personal growth does is allow me to, let that go and stop worrying about it. Like, it's going to happen. And one thing I liked is what one of my teachers said, like, being enlightened means I get triggered, but the time I can get over it is 5 seconds, right? That's what it means to be enlightened. I don't know if that's true, but it's like the idea is like now I have tools and thought processes to help break those cycles and to get me to the point where like if I am triggered, if I say something that hurts someone's feeling, I can get to the point where I can apologize and have a conversation after it happens, and that I get triggered less and less. And there's no point where I'm like done. There's no point where I'm like finished with my issues. Some of them are just going to be ingrained. Things happened to me when I was a child. Things even happened to me when I was an adult. And that just left permanent like scars on my mental health and and I'm always going to have those things I'm always going to have them. And yeah, I'll just get better at dealing with them. I'll just get better at working with them. I'll just get better at it. And I think that's the important thing, is to recognize it, because when I would want to get rid of it, I'd almost create this shame spiral of like, ooh, I thought I was done with this. Ooh, I thought I worked on this. Ooh, I thought I let go of this. But no, here I am. Somebody was kind of rude to me what did I do to them, and thinking about it all day, and like just having run in my head over and over and over again of like, oh, I thought you, and then like getting to the point where I was like, you idiot, why are you still worrying about this thing? Why can't you let it go? And that would just creates a shame spiral, which, you know, makes it worse. And I think, honestly, I think the point of working on yourself is to get rid of self-shame, mostly. If you get rid of that self-shame spiral and just deal with issues at hand, I think that's how you become emotionally intelligent and emotionally vulnerable. I'm saying think because I know I'm just, you know, it's like philosophy, right? I don't know for exact because I haven't reached the point where like I don't beat myself up every once in a while. I still do. And so I don't want to beat myself about beating myself up because then, you know, I'll beat myself up about beating myself up about beating myself up about beating myself up. And who wants that? I know I don't. Who has two thumbs and doesn't want to beat himself up by beating himself, blah, blah, blah. This guy. So basically, what I'm saying is that the one thing I've realized in life, that things are always going to bother me, no matter what. Sometimes in life, I'm going to get triggered by something I worked a lot on, and that didn't trigger me yesterday. It might trigger me today. It might trigger me tomorrow. But the thing is just not beat myself up on it. Give myself self-love and just move forward with my life. And like a lot of the times, I'm making this stuff in my head anyway. And if I actually did like upset somebody, you know, you can talk to them about it and apologize, right? And just not worry about it. Just deal with the issue at hand. Don't create a scenario in my head that just makes it worse. And that's what I'm working on and the type of person I want to be. You know, my favorite person. Anyways, that's what I'm going to talk about today. Like and subscribe. I'll just start saying ask questions if you want me. Oh, wow. I totally messed up my numbering system. I see that now. Well, like and subscribe.